Class is in session. I'm Professor Blowers. Let's learn business technology. In this chapter, we analyze data with pie charts, line charts, and what-if analysis tools. We charted data with a pie chart, formatted a pie chart, and edited a workbook and updated a chart while using GoalSeek to perform what-if analyses. Isn't that cool? We also learned how to make projections using what-if analyses while presenting projections in a line chart. We'll design a worksheet for what-if analyses, answer what-if questions by changing values in the worksheet, we'll chart data with a line chart, and create a map chart and a funnel chart. So without any further ado, let's jump into this project, y'all. So let's calculate new row totals from range F5 through F9. That's Falcon 5 through Falcon 9. So let's sum that up in cell F5 equals sum, and then we get 3 million and change. We'll go ahead and select it and flash fill down to get the totals for all of the other categories. Pretty cool, right? Now let's calculate column totals for each quarter. So type in equals sum, double click on that right there, or sum it up your way. Select all of the numbers in quarter one, press enter, and then let's flash fill across the right using that black solid plus sign. It's your cursor, and as long as you've got 9.4 million in cell Falcon 10, we should be good to go. So home tab in the number group, there's the comma right there. So go ahead and click on cell G5, that's gamma 5. We're going to construct a formula to calculate the percent of total. You're going to figure out what the salaries and benefits is as a piece of the pie in our total right here. So go ahead and click into G5, type equals, and then type in F5 / to divide, and then divide that by F10. Then using F4 or using the dollar signs, let's do the absolute cell reference. Then I want you to select G5 down through G9. What these percentages are is how much the category is out of the piece of pie, right? So let's change it to the percent style. In the home tab in the number group, change that to percent style. Then we want to align it to the center. And you can tell if you drag it down one more, that should say 100 because that's 100% of the pie right there. So salaries and benefits makes up 33% of the pie, the machinery and equipment makes up 13% of the pie, materials and supplies makes up 15% of the pie, and so on. So we have calculated our quarterly totals for quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have our annual total and our percentage of total for each of these categories. Make sure your numbers match my numbers, and we need to include the categories. Select the range F5 through F9, press Control, and then select A5 through A9 so that both of these are selected right here. A5 through A9 and F5 through F9. Looks great. Then go to the Insert tab. In the Charts group, click on the pie and then go down to the 3D pie. That's what I've been talking about. A pie chart, not an actual pie. Sorry about that. So there's our chart and each category. We want to change the name of the sheet first. So click in right here, change the name of the chart to Annual Expenses Chart, just like this. And check out the legend to see each of the different categories and how it represents to the whole pie. So by selecting on the chart, that adds new chart tools up at the top. You've got the Design tab and you've got the Format tab. In the Design tab, go to the Location group and click on Move Chart. We're going to change the location to a new sheet. And we'll change the name of that sheet right here to Annual Expenses Chart. And just like that, boom, we've got a brand new sheet that has just our chart right here. And you may have noticed that the chart title has been changed back to chart title. You can change that to whatever you see fit or whatever will get you points according to the book. So what I would do is click right up here. We're going to type in Summary of Annual Expenses. Select all of your chart title right here, go to the Home tab, let's change the size of our title to 28, make sure that it's centered, looks great to me. So now we want to click on the Chart Elements button. This is step number 6, by the way. So select the chart in this specific area, not on the pie, select the plus right here, which is our chart elements. So go ahead down to Legend and let's get that out of there. Deselect Legend so that it is out of there. I am Legend. You're going to add data labels. I'd like you to position the data labels in the center. Now, I want you to go to the More Data Labels option right up here in the top left on the Design tab. Click on Add Chart Elements and then More Data Label Options. So select your data labels right here. Your label options are these 3 vertical bars right here. So click into your label options. And what I'd like you to do is make sure that the legend is removed like we did. And for the data labels, all we need are the category name and the percentage. So deselect Show Leader Lines and deselect the other one. Reselect category name and percentage so that your pie looks like my pie. You want to position it in the center as well so that it is more visually suitable to our data. Then we want to make sure that it's bold. Press Ctrl B while you have it selected. Click on the Home tab, and in the font group you can also bold it. That's the other way to find it right here. Why don't we italicize it? So you can either click on the I in the font group or Ctrl I. So we've bolded and italicized our labels. You know, this looks a little small, it's tough for me to see, so let's increase the font size to 12 as such. Looks great, y'all. On to step number 7. Let's format the data series using a 3D format effect. This is going to be a lot of fun, and by the end of this, I'm going to teach you how to explode a pie. So first, go ahead and select the pie so that it has all of the slices of pie selected and it looks just like this. Then, in our series options, we're going to format the data series, go to the pentagon, and drop down the 3D effect right here. So change the top bevel to this effect, the bottom bevel, same one in the top left right there. The far top left, choose those bevel effects for top and bottom bevel. Now for the width of the top bevel, let's change this to 50. Press tab to the height, let's make that 50. Tab to width. Let's change the depth to 256 points for the depth, and the height 256 point depth. Now look at that pie. Doesn't it look more three-dimensional, more appetizing, more interesting if you're an investor? Nice work, you earned 2 points for that. How about we display the data series options? Those are those 3 vertical bars right there. Let's change the angle of the first slice to 125. You can use the slider, but I'd rather type it in. Now for the explosion, this is what you've all been waiting for. I'm super excited to explode this pie. So now we're going to go ahead and select the salaries and benefits slice. That's that largest piece of pie, the one that I want. And what we're going to do is we're going to explode that piece of pie 10%, and that's how you take out a slice of pie in Excel. This is how you emphasize the salaries and benefits slice of pie. So now, step 9, we want to apply a gradient fill using the presets. So go ahead and select the paint bucket right here, drop down fill, and what you want to look for is gradient fill. Click on gradient fill. In the chart tools area, the format tab, and in the shape fill group, go ahead and click on the button that says shape fill. That's under shape styles right here. Now, what I'd like you to choose would be this one right here. Don't change anything else. That looks like a nice background. Now let's format the border, and we'll go to shape outline, go down to weight, and then let's select 3 points so that the border has a 3-point weight for us here. Why don't we work on that border? So here's one way to do it. Now if you right click right in this area right here, your chart area, then what I'd like you to do is go to format chart area, just like that. Let's put fill away and then open up your border. Go ahead and click on solid line right here. You'll notice that it's set to solid line and our width is still set to 3. So scroll down to colors, and then the 4th column, you're looking for dark green text 2 for the outline for your border. Looks great. You've got our width set to 3 and the border set to a solid line, and you're good to go right there. So now let's go to the page setup dialog box. On the page layout tab and in the page setup group, click on this button right here in the corner. Now you've got this dialog box open. Now what do we do here? Let's make a custom footer. Let's insert a custom footer in the left section with the name of our file. So click here, click on custom footer, click into the left section, and then add your file name, which looks like an Excel document. Press OK so you can see that the footer does indeed have our file name. Press OK and you've done it. Perfect. Looking great. So now, if you display the expenses worksheet, which is right down here, it's the next one over, this is what we first started working on. This is the data right here. So now, using the quarter names and the totals by quarter, let's insert a line with markers chart into the worksheet. I can teach you how to do that. Go ahead and select quarters 1 through 4, that's cell B4 across through E4. Press Control, select B10, and then click and drag across through E10. And don't include the annual totals. We just need the quarters right here, all right? Now go to the Insert tab, go to the Charts group, and you're going to click right here. Now click the All Charts button, go down to Line. We're going to insert a line chart. The line with markers chart is this fourth one right here. Looks great, that's the one that we want. There's our chart, but it's blocking our data. So we want to move it so that it is in the upper left area, right about in cell A12, right in here roughly. Doesn't have to be exact. Now let's change our chart title to Recreation Department Expense Summary. Excellent, that's an accurate title. Now we need to change the width. So with the chart selected, under Chart Tools in the Format tab, we want to change the width to 7.5 over here in the Size group. And this is what it should look like right here. Take a look at our bounds. So now select on our vertical value axis right here. We have our Format Axis options. Now I need you to click the data bars, open up our axis options right here. Go ahead and change your minimum to 2, 1, and then 5 zeros, and then tab, 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 tab. Our major unit is going to be 50,000. And notice how that changed everything on the left-hand side. It goes up by increments of 50,000 with a minimum bound of 2.1 million and a maximum of 2.65 million. So we want to bold the totals and we want to bold the quarters. So select and then Control B, or in the Home tab in the font group, go ahead and press the big B right there. So we're gonna go through this a few more times and get some practice in, right? So now let's start going through the motions on the next few steps so you can learn. We're on step number 13. So I need you to go to the annual total in cell F10. I'm gonna teach you how to pay special. So copy that annual total number, right click in cell Bravo 35, then you're gonna look under paste options, go down to paste special, and bring up this menu right here. And you're going to be looking for this one. It's called Values and Number Formatting. And what it does is you're gonna see the number right here, but it doesn't have any formulas underneath it. If you click up here in F10, that has a formula. And so it can be affected by other cells. We don't want to include the formula down here. We're just marking the projected expenses. And we want to base everything off of this number right here. So now we're going to do a percentage increase right here of 3.5%. Now, click over in cell Charlie 35, that's C35, type equals. Now click the original number, that's cell Bravo 35. You're going to do times, Shift 8, that's an asterisk, then a parentheses. Type in 100%, plus, then click on Bravo B31. This is crucial. Press F4, that's our absolute cell reference. You absolutely need to do the absolute cell reference. If you don't have the F4, you can actually type in the dollar signs right there. That'll get you this number. Then you can flash fill across to 2020. And what that does is every year you're going to have an increase of 3.5% in your expenses. Let's use the Format Painter to paint the format of B35 across to C35, D35, E35, and F35. So, Home tab, Clipboard group, this is our Format Painter right here. So click that, and we're going to click what we want to be copied, and then you'll see that paintbrush right there, and then just paint it by clicking and dragging across, and like magic, you've got the same format so that you don't have to every time have to redo the accounting number format for each cell. I'm here to save you time in Microsoft Excel. Thank you, Flash Fill. We just earned 10 points for getting this exact number right here. Step number 13 asks us to go to Page Layout. In the Page Setup group, click on Orientation and change your orientation to Landscape. Now I need you to use the Scale to Fit options to change the height. So Scale to Fit group, click on Height, and we want to change our height to 1 page. From the Page Setup dialog box, which is right here, this button in the corner, from the Page Setup dialog box, I need you to center this horizontally, click on the Margins tab, click on Center on Page horizontally. Now, again, we're going to insert a custom footer in the left section with a file name. So click on Custom Footer, into the left section, The insert file name looks like an Excel document. The enrollment worksheet looks similar. So we want to insert a funnel chart. So select range A4 through B6, Alpha 4 through Bravo 6. On the Insert tab, click on the Charts group and Insert Chart. What we want to look for is a funnel chart. There it is, and that'll insert it right here. So now, with the chart selected, in the Format tab up at the top, just like before, let's change the size. In the Size group, let's change the height to 2.5 and the width to 3 so that it looks like this. And just like before, you just want to move this out of the way of our data. We want to put it in the top left corner of cell A9, so leave about 2 rows in between the data and our new chart. And so now we're going to change the chart title to Enrollment Analysis. And we're looking at enrolled residents who have submitted payment, and those who have attended. Again, we're here in the Recreation Department looking at Workshop Annual Enrollment Analysis. So once you've changed the chart title, let's go ahead and center the title horizontally. So click on A1, the Recreation Department, go to the Page Layout tab in the Page Setup group, click on this button, go to Margins. We want to center this horizontally on the page. Looks great. And again, let's insert a custom footer. So header footer group, insert a custom footer, left section, click the file name, okay, and we're looking great. We're on a roll. So now let's display the County Partnership Worksheet. That's the last one. Have a look at the data right here. And in the County Partnership Worksheet, I need you to select A3 through B9. That's Alpha 3 down through Bravo 9. This is the range we're looking for right here. We want to insert a map chart. This is one of my favorites. Click on the Insert tab, then the Charts group, click the Maps button, and then click on Filled Maps right here. But mine shows up with a great picture of North America, including Greenland. I see Baffin Island, Cuba, Hispaniola. But what we want to do, like before, is change the chart title. This one will be called Partnership Analysis. This time we want to move it to the right of the data. So drag it to the upper left of D1, that's Delta 1. Awesome. So now this looks like this. We've named the title. We want to change the width. You've got it. So with the chart selected, Format tab in the Size group, we're going to change the width to 4. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Much more professional. Now deselect the chart. Click on Orientation in the Page Setup group. We want to set the orientation to horizontal. That's all you got to do there. Well done. Go to the Page Setup group, click on this button, click on Margins like before. Center on page horizontally. Looks great. We're going to insert a custom footer on the left-hand side. Click on Custom Footer. Over on the left-hand side, click on the button that looks like an Excel spreadsheet. Press OK. Check that you've got that here, and it's there. Perfect. Now go to the File tab. On the right-hand side are all of our properties. This tells you that you're almost done with this. So hey, let's tag this. And we're going to tag this with Recreation Workshops, comma, expenses. And these work like hashtags for your computer. If you search for this, now if you search expenses, this should come up. So we can add titles. You see that I'm the author right here. For the title, you can enter your section number. We're going to save the file and we're going to upload it for credit. Let's see how we did. I'm going to show you how to get some feedback on this assignment. Here we are in my lab IT. Click right here on the 3 dots. Click on View Submissions. Now that you're in here, we're going to upload the file, so go to wherever you saved the final version of your file. We worked on steps 1 and 2. Now all you need to do is upload it and then click on Submit for grading after clicking the Upload button. And then once it's submitted, you usually have to refresh so that you get a score right away. Let's have a look. And you'll notice that it's pending. So with it still pending, click the 3 dots and then click on View Submissions so we can get a more accurate reading of our score and how to improve our project. So look at that. I've got a 98%. I lost 2 points somewhere. If you could help me out, fix that. Let's see what I did wrong. From here, you can go through and see on which step you've made a mistake, and you can upload it more times to fix it. Looks like I made a mistake on step 9. So I changed the width to 3, I know that. You can scroll down here and it looks like I set the fill color to the wrong fill color. I thought that olive looked nice. I might have gone a little bit off book, but that's all right. If you decide to choose your own fill color and you get marked down, don't worry, I can get you those points back, all right? So if you want to learn how to fix the work, you can also download this right here. It's called the Live Comments Report. And so what that'll do is it'll give you a version of your Excel file with comments on it saying, here's where you made some mistakes and here's how you can fix it. So that is my Lab IT. That's grader 3. I hope you enjoyed exploding that pie and learned a lot. Keep up the good work, and I'm out of here. I'm out of here.